Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of season 3 here in the Career Mode RTG. We're in October and we'll obviously have the full month today, but I'm preemptively thinking of the January transfer window because we don't have that many scouts, nor do we have that many scouts that are really that good. A number of my scout reports are going to take upwards of 30 days to arrive. So I've taken a number of your central midfield options from the previous couple of episodes and I've started scouting early. So we've a number of players that we might potentially be looking at in the upcoming January transfer window in 2 or 3 days' time. A few people saying that Jan Freuler might be a Stefan Lichtsteiner regen, which is interesting. Certainly something to think about. I genuinely would lead towards agreeing at this stage, but we'll have to wait to see. I don't know. In all honesty, because I never really do this sort of series, I don't really know too much about how regens work, other than they appear in the same league as the player that retired. Other than that, I don't know, what the telltale signs are, whether they have the same skill star or weak foot star, whether they're kind of relatively the same height or weight, same footedness, same work rates. I don't know. So do let me know the intricacies of regens in the comment section down below. But I'll give you some of the names that we've added to the list. Evan Ndicka for centre-back, although I think he's probably going to be out of my price range at Frankfurt. And then we're on to the midfielders, basically. We've Oliver Skip at Tottenham. Again, wages are going to be an issue, but perhaps something to think of when we get to the Championship. Jordan Rossiter, I can't scout. I figured out one thing to do with my scouts. I can only scout a very limited number of people that are outside England. And until I can afford to buy a new scout, I can only really scout inside the UK. Or inside England even. I wouldn't even let me scout Jordan Rossiter in Scotland. So perhaps, I did see this mentioned in the comment section actually, either yesterday or the day before. I could, at the end of the season, like right after the last game, use if you were on board with this and would allow me to do it, use a financial takeover at the end of a season and purely use the money for new scouts. Now, I don't know whether it would, thinking about it, because of the way FIFA works this year, it might actually count whatever's left over as, to take that over forward to the next season. So I'm not sure if that would work. Let me know whether A, you think that would work, and B, if it would work, whether you think it's a good idea. I could use this financial takeover, use that money, buy high quality scouts, and then sink the money. Is that cheating? I mean, well, yes, it is cheating, but whether you would allow me the luxury of cheating in that manner, I'm not sure. We have Maxence Kakare on the shortlist here from Lyon. Again, I'm suspecting wages will be quite expensive, but we'll wait and see. We have Enzo Loidais. Again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correct either. From Dijon. We have Yassine Adli from Paris Saint-Germain, expecting his wages to be astronomical, and I think I'm not able to scout him. It says we should scout further. Oh no, I know I am certainly scouting Sean Longstaff, so I'm not sure whether I was able to scout Adli or not. I don't think so. Similarly with Bahrami, don't think I was able to scout him, but we'll wait and see. Maybe once I get a few scout reports back, I will be able to scout him. Morgan Gibbs-White is the player we're looking at from Wolves. Again, players that are in higher divisions, their wages are going to be quite high, and they do tend to scale quite sharply once you reach the Championship. So finances are going to be an issue at this stage. Luke Berry's on the list. I'm not sure when he went to... recently he went to Club Atletico San Martin. I believe they're in Argentina, but I'm not sure. Luke Berry was a Cambridge United player. Wow. Was a Cambridge United player, went to Luton, originally went to Barnsley, came back from Barnsley, and then a couple of seasons later we sold him to Luton. So I would be interested in bringing him back. Obviously I can't do that at this particular stage. We Joe Reba of Charlton, who I believe are in our league in League One. Someone we could contemplate. Leandro Bacuna, a slightly older option at 29. Obviously, looks like he's going to be far, far, far too good for me at this level. But this early on in the save, we can use players at 28, 29 and not really worry too much about them because we're going to be able to move them on in, hopefully we can get 1 or 2 seasons out of people and then move them on. Ryan Leonard at Millwall is another player that I'm contemplating, though again, with championship level players, wages are probably going to be an issue. Raheem Harper is another championship level player that we're looking at. Then Luke Amos is here as well. Andre Dazelle from Ipswich. And then the other players we already had on the shortlist. So that's what I'm preemptively thinking of January, and I will be able to scout some more, or hopefully be able to scout some more of the players outside of England once we get scout reports back for those that I'm already scouting, or we're able to add more scouts to the staff list. But as you can see, we've got Wimbledon to start us off. I'm probably going to play the Wimbledon one, play Doncaster, and rather unsurprisingly, I'm going to play Manchester City at the end of the episode. So we'll start with the Wimbledon game and then work our way forward from there. Wimbledon level on points with us, currently on 15. So a win could see us go into the playoffs. Trotter forward to Kwesi, former Cambridge United player, former Cambridge United RTG on FIFA star Kwesi Appiah, back from the FIFA 15 series. Suarez Garcia out there to Penny. We'll fire that forward to Sabi, gets it under control well. Just need to find a teammate, which we'll do. Howison to Brooks Lennon, turns well. We'll let fly with a shot. That took a deflection, surely. It is a good block. Right, corner. Uno to take it. That's really my first chance of the game so far. Oh, Getroda, what a header! His first goal in a Cambridge United shirt almost exactly as the clock ticks over to 25 minutes. A powerful header, a dominant jump. And we have ourselves a 1-0 lead against Wimbledon at home. He just got higher than anyone else there, Getroda. Look at the leap. Absolutely brilliant. Keeper, no chance. We're in front. Brooks Lennon is the option out wide. I see Uno at the back post, and it's him that I look for. But the defender gets there first. Great tracking back from the Wimbledon man. Oh, this time Getroda can't get to it. Penny trying to get that back into the middle. Suarez Garcia to Howison. There's Getroda again. Suarez Garcia is a bit of a way out. Oh, but that doesn't matter. Jean-Michel Suarez Garcia. 4 names, 2 goals. Cambridge 2, Wimbledon 0. What a finish. I genuinely didn't expect that. I just thought, I'm a little way out. I might as well have got a little bit of space and not many passing options. And he's bent that right into the top corner. Get involved, boys. Let's go. Jean-Michel Suarez Garcia makes it Cambridge 2. Oh, it's his 4th goal of the season as well. A goal for every name. Howison. Out to Uno. In there to Hill. I'll go back to Howison. We'll look for Sabi. And then Brooks Lennon through the gap maybe. The defender narrowed up. Brooks Lennon in the box for 3. Oh, off the underside of the bar. Uno just flicked that to get it away from the defender. Pull it back to Brooks Hill. Brooks Hill, Oscar Hill. Into Howison. And Howison again. Oh, that's terrible from Howison on his weaker right foot. Half an hour to go here. Still 2-0 up. Harris across to Dickinson. The 2 substitutes linking up. Here's Sabi. Back to Dickinson again. We race around the outside of Shad? Not really. Vargas has made a good run though, and we'll play him in. Rodrigo Vargas, the 3rd man to come on off the bench. And we'll look inside. No! Sabi was there waiting for it for a 3rd. Oh, I can't believe that. Oh, thank you. We'll have another opportunity then. Oh, will we though? No, we've given the ball away again. Maybe. We've won it back again. Maris inside. Oh my God, I cannot do anything right now. Thankfully, we already have the 2-0 lead because I'm certainly not looking like extending it with the way that I'm playing in this particular passage of play. Until, of course, Brennan Dickinson runs into the box. As his shot blocks, it drops to Sabi, and we do get the 3rd. Oh, I don't know how I've done that, but we'll take a 3rd goal and all 3 points. Thank you very much. Hansen, back to Shad. Right back. Oh, it's a good delivery. Getroda's underneath it, but it'll drop to Udall. He's hit it first time. Deflected off someone. It was Perella. It's up for a corner to Wimbledon. Are they to get a consolation goal? I'd like the clean sheet. You never know how important goal difference could be at the end of this season with regards getting an automatic or playoff position in the league. Trotter down the line to Hansen. They're still pushing for that consolation goal, but it's not going to come on this occasion. It's still good though. Hansen, no, given away now, and Vargas will give that into Sabi. We'll try a counter-attack, but whether we've got enough time to actually complete it or not remains to be seen. And the answer may well be no, and indeed it is. A very, very pleasing, confidence-inspiring 3-0 victory against Wimbledon. That certainly shows that we're better than some of the teams around us in the league in the mid-table. So perhaps we should be challenging for automatic promotion or a playoff spot. We just need to do that on a more consistent basis. I've had to call up Morris, Mancini and Elliot Lee to the first team squad because it's an international break, and I quite simply, even with them actually, I still don't have enough players to fill the bench. So I shall call Callum Green up as well. Morelos I'd like to leave there because obviously we have the youth aspect. We have the youth objective to achieve this season. To be fair, I think they wanted 2 players, didn't they? 2 youth players to grow by at least 10 overall points and then play them in 10 matches either as part of the starting 11. I don't know whether they'd have to still be in the youth academy before they get called up. If they do, then I'm going to need someone else. And still, I don't have enough players. Okay, well, we can't quite fill the bench, it seems. Although, Taylor, Harrison, Edwards, there's 7 people there. That's weird. Dickinson starts as striker, though. We're certainly running short on numbers at this particular moment in time. That's what I just got to see it. Potentially could have played up top, to be fair. He can play at striker, although by default he's in at that cam spot, so that's why he'll still be there. If this is going to happen again in the future, then I'm certainly going to have to make sure I manually edit the side rather than... manually edit the side to ensure that we have our best players in our best positions. We get a 1-1 draw. We did go 1-0 up, but they equalised just 60 seconds later. Scout report back on Joe Aribo already. 70 million is his valuation. 6.9k a week wage-wise. 76 short pass. Tackling's okay. 65 stand tackles decent. Good long passing, good ball control, good dribbling. He really has potential there, Joe Aribo. That's a good start. I have actually, one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning is I've added Ewan Edwards to the transfer list because I just quite simply don't get on with him. So it was mentioned in the comment section as well that I should sell Ewan Edwards and call up Elliot. As it happens, I've had to call up Elliot anyway because of the internationals. But Elliot is now in my first team squad, and I'm going to start training him instead of Edwards. So we will have a new training module added. In fact, I shall go and make that now, and then we'll jump into the game and play Doncaster. I literally advanced 1 day, and I've had an offer for Ewan Edwards. It's £1.5 million. I will negotiate that from Universidad Católica, but I'm not sure how much I'll actually be able to get for him. Hopefully upwards of 2. I shall ask for upwards of 2. I'm not sure if they'd be able to afford that, but I'll ask for like 2.3 and we'll see if they're willing to negotiate up there. We'll find out. 1.75. Okay, I would like 2 if I can get it. See if they'll meet me almost halfway. 2.1. Well, it's not actually almost halfway at all, is it? 2.1 with no sell-on clause. They've gone back down. Okay, that's not how negotiation works, lads. You're supposed to come up to you can't just then offer less than you did before. No, okay, they're not going to sign him. They went backwards. That's not how you're supposed to negotiate. Okay, never mind. We've got another offer for Ewan Edwards from Guangzhou. Now, in China, they certainly do have a little bit of money. Guangzhou Evergrande are a decent side that have made a number of impressive signings over the past few seasons. But will they be willing to part with some money for Ewan Edwards? 1.7 million. Again, I would like to. There's no point selling him on the cheap. So I'm not. If I'm going to sell him on the rather than sell him on the cheap, I'd be better off just keeping him and selling him a little bit later when he's worth more. But we've sold him for, or hopefully we've sold him for £2 million there. That will mean that we certainly can afford a decent player in the January transfer window to replace him. Bauman wants to start in this next game. I'm afraid, sir, you're not going to get the opportunity. But Doncaster away next. We're currently 5th. We're 3 points away from the automatic promotion spots, currently filled by Peterborough. But it's going to be, well, you can see from the points tallies. It's going to be very, very close all the way throughout the season, as it was in both years in League 2 as well. But we're at full strength, so fingers crossed we can get the result we want. Forward into Kane. To May. Back to Kane again. Across to teammate into Crawford. There's Cummings. Back to May. Oh, it's great football, and thankfully Bogle gets back. still get the effort away, but comfortable enough for me. So Donny certainly been the best side so far. I haven't really threatened much, or even at all, in the opening 15 minutes or so. Maybe this might be our moment. No, it's not going to be. Uno with a throw. There's a Penny. Hill. Howison, Sabi's there. The run through the middle of Suarez Garcia. Lovely turn to get away from the defender. Howsey's left foot, not bad. Struck it cleanly enough, but unfortunately comfortable for the keeper. Obviously, I'm going to throw that back with Sabi to Lennon there. Work it inside to Howison. He'll give it, looking for Hill. Great. That sums up my attacking play so far in this game. I've not been good enough, even close to it. But we might take the lead through Howson's left foot. Oh, but we won't though. Suarez Garcia gets it under control. Knock that back there. Uno is free. Oh, lovely ball through to what a goal. That pass from Oscar Hill was incredible. Uno finishes and we take a 1-0 lead. But it was all about the assist. Was it a fancy flick from Howson? Not really. And it's perfect. He's not just smacked it, he's guided it in there. And Cummings can't deal with the movement of Uno, and he's found the back of the net. That was a dreamy goal. That's Uno. Penny has gone on the overlap. It's not the most orthodox of ways to get the ball to him. Garcia's made a great run, and we'll find him too. Oh, the touch. I let go of the sprint button, hoping that he'd have a better first touch. Evidently, it doesn't matter whether I'm holding the sprint button or not in that situation, because he was already at full chap. His first touch was dead. Uno could play through Sabi though. Oh, but great challenge by Wright. We'll keep that in because Sabi's bloody fast. Oh, good delivery. Went to swing at it. Howison is Uno again. Maybe a second for him. Ooh, but not to be. Here's Oscar Hill. Out wide to Uno. Around the corner to Sabi. Just lay that back there to Oscar Hill. Nice ball through to Suarez Garcia. Didn't quite work, but we have been able to find Brooks Lennon, who will loft the ball into the middle. Sabi's there with a header. Down into the ground, as you're taught as a kid. Textbook header from Emmanuel Sabi. He's 9th of the league season so far, I believe. He was already top goal scorer, and he looks to be extending that lead at the top of the scoring charts. Was it his 9th? Indeed it was. Already one away from double figures in League 1 this season, Sabi, and we're only halfway through October. Delivers the free kick. Crawford knocks that down well to right. Twice. Whiteman to right. They've kind of gone backwards here, Doncaster, but they still could cause some problems. Crawford out to Alfie May, into the middle there. Sadly, down to Kane. He may have the same starting letter to his first name and surname as Harry Kane, but Herbie Kane certainly needs to work on the training ground on his finishing. Around the corner there to Whiteman. Drilled out wide to Kieran Sadlier. Back to Andrew. Down the line to Alfie May. This is good from Donny, but he's done well there, Jaden Bogle, to win it back. Sabi's picked up a knock. Fell on his arm. Was an awkward fall. Thankfully he's able to carry on. We could even get him a goal or an assist. Then he might well be an assist as he plays through Garcia. He's kicked it straight at the defender. Lennon tried to just dink it back into the middle, but we'll take the corner. Win that header. He hasn't. It's flicked on. It's come to Herbie Kane. Here's Sadlier. Down the line to Whiteman. Back to Anderson. Here's Whiteman again. Sadlier, Kane. Sadlier again. Cross comes in. It's a decent delivery and he's free at the back post here, Tommy Rowe. That might be the worst first-time volley I've ever seen. That was literally just straight up awful from Doncaster on that occasion. In the opening 20 minutes, I could barely get a touch of the football and they were all over me, and I thought this was going to be a particularly difficult game. But once we got our first goal, we never really looked back. It's going to be another really solid victory for us here in League One. We're going to be pushing up back towards those automatic promotion spots with this set of 3 points. The referee will blow his final whistle. It's going to be a bit of an interesting couple of weeks coming up now because we have a lot of games in a short period of time. We'll have to manage the squad with regards stamina levels, and I want a full strength team available for me if I can for the game against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, although I'm fully expecting to get smacked in that game. We are 3 points away from first and Peterborough, but solidly inside the playoffs. We'll have a quick train, sort the team out, and then we'll go and sim the next few games. Luckily, Sabi isn't out injured for any period of time, so he can be fully fit to start against Blackpool in the very next game. We're going to play a full strength or sim with a full strength side here against Blackpool. Then the game against Barnsley at the following weekend. Probably going to rotate quite a bit to then have this strongest 11 out for the game against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. I hope they don't take me too lightly. You can come across games in career mode with lower rated sides where the big teams just don't take you seriously, don't respect you, and throw out loads of kids, and it's just too easy and you end up beating the bigger teams when you really shouldn't be in that position. I hope it's not going to be a situation of that replicating itself in this one against Manchester City. I'm going to go and sort the team out, and then we'll play Barnsley. And confirmation of Edward's sale as well. We'll get that money in January, so 1.5 million will be added to the transfer budget. He's on about £6,000 a week as well, I believe. I'll be able to tell here. Let's have a look. He's on... Oh, no. He was one of the players that I didn't offer a new deal to. So we're not going to get anything really from his wages, but we are going to get £1.5 million added to my transfer budget, which will bump it up to over 3 million, which will be absolutely brilliant. We're going to have enough money to make at least one quality signing, or quality for the level that we're at, signing to play for us for the rest of the season once we get to the January transfer window. But again, I'm going to go and rotate the team slightly, and then we'll play that game against Barnsley. Right, Barnsley away. It's not going to be an easy one. They're in the playoffs, but obviously just for the chance to purely test ourselves at that level. Oh, penalty after a minute. Thank you very much, Barnsley. I want to play my strongest possible side and have them all fit, or the majority of them fully fit for the game against City. 46 games in the league season. So even if we stumble here with this result with a weaker team, we'll be able to recover long term. Whereas you only really get one opportunity to play against a team like Manchester City. Maybe even in the entirety of our run-up and season upon season upon season in the Premier League, you only get one opportunity to play against a side like Manchester City until you reach the Premier League. So we shall take that opportunity, hopefully with both hands. A 1-1 draw against Barnsley. I'm now going to go and field my strongest possible 11 to play against arguably the strongest 11 in the entire country. Right, City's starting lineup. Claudio Bravo in goal, Sergio Roberto at right back. The defence and midfield don't look that strong. The bench looks very strong. Laporte, Bernardo Silva, Sergio Aguero, etc. The front three is certainly very strong. Sterling, Sané and Jesus. Other than that, they haven't really thrown out too many first team names. Slightly frustrating, but I guess perhaps if it was the FA Cup, not the Carabao Cup, they might have taken it a bit more seriously. I'm not sure. Regardless, we shall hope that our full-strength side, to be fair, I'm not sure what the ratings are for some of their youngsters. Our team are kind of all hovering about 70 to 73 at the minute, which should certainly be competitive for the majority of the players in their starting lineup, other than the front three, Delph, Bravo and Sergio Roberto. We might stand a decent chance here, offensively. Defensively, if Sterling, Jesus and Sané get given the opportunities, I certainly expect them to tuck them away. Nicely worked. Here's Gabriel Jesus in behind. Castro trying to close him down. Back there to Delph. Decent delivery. Sané could be underneath this dominant header by Perella. Drops to Bratton. In there to Deli Bashiru. Discru, good finish. City thumped themselves 1-0 in front in the 14th minute. It might not be the strongest of teams, but that was still a high-quality goal. Is that the start of plenty to come, or are we going to be able to fight back? I'm not sure, but it's a very high-quality goal. We might see more of that. Discarud into Sané. Trying to get away from him with his pace, and he's done well. Jesus, I was ready for that little jink. Catroda gets it back. Garcia looking to send through Sabi. I don't care how high rated you are and how much defensive ability you have. If you can't deal with the sheer pace, it doesn't matter. Emmanuel Sabi makes it Cambridge United 1, Manchester City 1. This is only the Carabao Cup. Is there a scenario in 3 or 4 seasons' time where Emmanuel Sabbi scores for Cambridge United against Manchester City in a Premier League tie or a Champions League tie? Potentially. Very, very high likely chances of that happening in seasons 6 or 7. I really like Sabbi. He's been superb. It took a while, shall we say, for him to hit the ground and get the goals, but since he started scoring, he's been unstoppable. Sané was unstoppable there, and thankfully, Hill was taller than Sterling, otherwise we might have found our equaliser nullified immediately and then gone 2-1 in front. Could send, Suarez Garcia through, but Humphreys deals with that. City getting a little bit risky at the back, perhaps a little bit panicky, a little bit nervous, now that we've gotten ourselves the equaliser, and Uno could be in here to maybe, but not, put us in front. Hill down to Garcia. Lennon to Sabbi. He's going to run into that space. Brooks Lennon going again. I'll try and backheel this to Sabbi if I can. It's found its way to him. Good football from Cambridge United, but a comfortable enough save for Claudio Bravo. If that was the other side of the pitch and ended up on Sabbi's right foot, we may well have seen us going in front there. Oh, Suarez Garcia, that was dirty. Little dink over his own foot to send the defender. Brooks Lennon played in behind. Fabian Delph with him. Delivered in. Uno's there, but headed away by the defender. City will live to fight for another day. Quickly forward, and Jesus could shoot here. Lovely tackle by Getroda, and we get the ball away. And we give it back to them again. And Sterling scores. On his left foot, Raheem Sterling scores a very good goal. Giving the ball away, and with those 3 players up top, I just can't afford to make mistakes like that, can I? Kevin De Bruyne coming on. Great. Just as City get themselves in front again, and we think, okay, well, we've come from behind once, maybe we can do it again. They bring on one of the world's best midfielders. Kenny into Hill, and the corner to Garcia. Look for Sabbi. Just accelerate away. And Suarez Garcia. We use Hill first. You need to be onside, Uno. Into Suarez Garcia. Oscar Hill's kept the run going. Claudio Bravo makes the save. Got something on the first effort in the first half that ended up going in, Claudio Bravo. Oh, Getroda got underneath that one. Had some really good efforts with his head from corners and set plays recently, but this one wasn't one of them. Raheem Sterling, he might be quick, but he's barely got any stamina left, so he's not going to be able to accelerate away from anyone. De Bruyne to Sterling. Back there to Sergio Roberto, forward to Raheem again. He's got Gabriel Jesus ahead of him, who he finds, who gets it to Sané. Mitov with a great save. Down low to deny City a third. Sterling going off. I presume Bernardo Silva coming on. No, Patrick Roberts coming on in his place. Luke towards the back post. Oh, and somehow Sergio Roberto's won that header at the back post. 2 defenders with him. Neither able to win the challenge. They're both in front of him as well, and somehow Sergio Roberto wins the header. Inexcusable from the defence there. A mistake leads to City's third, and we will be going out the Carabao Cup, although we've certainly played well enough to have deserved perhaps a little bit more. De Bruyne, Bernardo, out wide to Leroy Sané. Nice tackle by Bogle. Lennon will get it back to Jayden Bogle. We could get a second. Suarez Garcia had more than 3 stamina left. Bernardo, nice tackle by Howison. It'll drop to Brooks Lennon, who's kicked that straight against Bratton, but somehow we still managed to get it forward via Howison to Sabbi. And Suarez Garcia could be in behind here, running low on stamina. Has Sabbi in support, but can't find him with a pass, and it's going to be a 3-1 defeat here, not a 3-2 defeat against Manchester City. I think we did well enough in that game to have not embarrassed ourselves. The goals that they scored were of decent quality, and the goal that we scored was also of decent quality with regards just a box standard counter-attack, but executed very, very well indeed. It was almost Leicester-esque with regards to the season that they won the Premier League, that counter-attack. We showed promise there. There is certainly potentially the opportunity of us to be able to compete at championship level, even with the squad that we've currently got. which was Simley's home game against Southend. Hey, just beat Wimbledon but lost to Wickham and Mansfield prior to that. And hopefully we can get ourselves another victory in League 1 to maybe get ourselves into those automatic promotion spots. We finished second in League 2. We weren't quite able to win the league on that occasion. I'd love to bounce straight back up, or not straight back up, bounce forward again with back-to-back promotions and win the league on this occasion. Do have a 1-0 lead through Vargas. With 10 minutes to go, the lead remains. They equalise with a penalty 4 minutes from time, and that's twice recently where we've been close to a victory and conceded late on to not be able to get the victory that we're after. We shall stay third for the time being. Mancini was the last one we trained. Can't train the goalkeepers at the minute because Mitov is injured when that happened. So we shall train Elliot Lee instead. I've got loads of emails there, a number of which I'm sure will be scout reports coming back on the players that we were looking at for the window. Injured in training and he's out for 7 days. That's manageable. Right, I'm going to go and look at all of these players and we shall have a look at them in closer detail in tomorrow's episode. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on more. And I'll see you tomorrow where we'll have a look at some of these potential new signings.